When the Lord healed me, I started serving in the local pregnancy crisis center, and so did my husband because he was so thankful, as I was, for what God had done in my life and in our marriage, that we just wanted to give back and serve. So one day, the Lord started stirring my heart. I knew He was calling me into ministry, wasn't sure what that looked like fully, and He led me to write my first book, Shattered into Beautiful: Delivering the Brokenhearted from Abortion. And then soon after, the Holy Spirit spoke to me again and said, Jeannie, you're going to Myrtle Beach to start a pregnancy crisis center. And I went to my husband a couple days later, and the Lord had already approached him as well and spoke to him. And so the Lord brought us into spiritual unity in the call. And we knew without a shadow of a doubt that we were supposed to do this. So we didn't know anybody in Horry County in Myrtle Beach. So we would come down. We would pray over the area. We would just ask the Lord to continue to confirm that we were hearing Him correctly, because these were big moves that we were making. And the Lord was so faithful to do that time and time and time again. And we faced a lot of discouragement along the way and obstacles, as you can imagine. The enemy wanted to stop what the Lord was doing, but we just kept overcoming and we just kept pressing through. And I would talk to pastors, churches. They would allow me to come in and use their space to counsel women. I was so thankful for that. So ministry was taking place out of this vision that God gave to me before we even had a building to call home. So it was really incredible. Significantly, things that I remember was when we drove away from the home that we had built, I started to look back, and the Lord said, Jeannie, don't look back, because what awaits you is far greater than anything that you will ever leave behind. And I know now what that means was all the spiritual lives that would be saved, the eternal impact that would be made. And then also, we had everything packed on a U-Haul, and we didn't know, from one step to the next step. We just knew to obey the Lord. And we stopped at a family member's home and spent the night with them on our way to Myrtle Beach. We had some complications with the home that we were renting that we were supposed to move into. And I just remember them saying, please stop this. Like, just move in with us and until you guys figure out what you're doing next. And my husband said to them, we know exactly what we're going to do next. Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up, we're going to get back in that U-Haul, and we're driving to Myrtle Beach, and we're going to do what God called us to do. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing what God has called us to do, and the impact has been incredible. And so we are just so very thankful for the humble beginnings.